I just wanted to say I apologise for this awful video. I really hate talking to cameras when there's no one else in the room, and I hope you can overcome my crippling awkwardness. Enjoy. Hi there, I'm Levi. God, I hate talking to cameras. Hi, so this is my Epic Exchange Program video. Let me introduce myself. My name's Levi Bond. I've been a pretty active member of the sound bed for over a year now. I'm 21 years old and I've just graduated from Leeds College of Music. I'm living back with my parents at the minute in a small town called Brigg, which is in North Lincolnshire. But later in the year, my plan is to move to London or Leeds to begin my career in the field of music marketing or music journalism or composition, which is more of a pipe dream. At the minute, I'm actually doing some journalistic work. I'm the head editor for the music section at Champion Up North, which is kind of online publication, so similar to Vice, but based in Leeds, I guess. And yeah, that's going quite well. So that's me. Okay, so the question of what type of music I listen to is a little difficult because I'm into quite an eclectic range of stuff. It's probably easier for me to tell you what I'm not into. I'm not much of a fan of hip hop or rapping in general very much, and I don't like house music. Pretty much any other genre, I've gone through a phase in my life where I religiously listen to it over and over again, to be honest. Lately, my genre of choice has been down tempo, kind of chill wave stuff. So artists like Bonobo, Flume, Shay Faker, Purity Ring, that kind of thing. I'm also a big fan of film and video game soundtracks. Lately, I've been listening to Gustavo Santaolala's soundtrack for the video game The Last of Us on PlayStation, which is just simply amazing. Okay, so the next question is who are my favourite artists? That's really difficult to think of all time, but I will just kind of do a top five rundown of who comes into my head right now. Okay, so I guess Lord, I was a massive fan of her album. I know she's only obviously brought one album out so far, but if she carries on bringing out material like that, I'll become a massive fan of hers. Another artist that I've been into recently is Catching Flies. He's kind of a underground chillwave producer. He's only got two EPs out at the minute, so maybe 8 or 9 tracks at the most. But I think all of them are astounding, and I can't wait for his album to come out. Manchester Orchestra for me, indie rock band from Georgia, Atlanta. Probably the most incredible live band I've ever seen, and their album "Mean Everything to Nothing" hasn't got a bad track on it, so that's definitely one of my favourite rockier bands. I'm not usually a huge fan of acoustic type stuff, but Elliott Smith is one of my favourite artists of all time. I think the production on his tracks is just so raw, and the haunting vocals are amazing, and he's just got such tragic stories to tell, which is always great for that kind of genre. Finally, probably Radiohead would have to go in there. Their album Kid A is one of my favourite albums of all time, and 50% of the time when I become a fan of an artist, I find out that Radiohead was a cited influence by them. So I suppose I have to put them on here. Okay, so how do I tend to discover new music? I guess there's a lot of ways. If I'm in a particular kind of music drought, I'll go and search for it through things like Bladelock's indie rock playlist or YouTube channels like Majestic Casual. Or I might use something like iTunes recommended artists, which obviously is a kind of genius feature that recommends me artists based on previous purchases. But to be honest with you, most of the music that I find is found through things like films, adverts on TV programs, video games, other things in the media that use music along with it. That's how I tend to discover new music that I like. So the latest artist I discovered, I'd probably say it was a band called Melodrone. I watched a film called The Invisible, and they had a song that was in the soundtrack to that film, and I liked that. So I took a listen to a couple of more of their songs, liked them, eventually listened to a whole album, and discovered that I really liked them, and then I was gutted when I found out that they'd broken up a few years ago, so I'll never see them live, which is disappointing. Okay, so that's my video. I hope you liked what you saw, what you heard from me, and I hope to see you soon. Cheers.